What's up everybody, Chef Glenn Ben, I'm back in the kitchen and today I'm working on Croque Monsieur. It's a French tradition, but I'm making it with a little bit of a twist. Let's get going. Okay, so traditionally a Croque Monsieur is a sandwich it's actually not so much a hand sandwich, it's a knife and fork sandwich because of the mornay sauce that's in it and all of the cheese that's on top and the fact that you bake it and it becomes this gooey, chewy thing. So it's more of a fork and knife sandwich than it is a hand sandwich. You can eat it with your hand, but it'd be a little messy. But from what I'm doing, I'm going to do it from a wine pairing standpoint, as always. And so the little twist that I'm doing, I'm using brioche bread, and as opposed to it being a totally traditional mornay sauce with just a Gruyere cheese, I'm adding Parmesan cheese to it. And in addition to that, on the sandwich, as opposed to just a Gruyere cheese that's normally traditional, I'm adding Parmesan cheese to that as well. Another little twist is that I'm using rosemary ham, all right? Fantastic ham. If you can't find first of all, if you try to find the rosemary ham, if you can't find the rosemary ham, find the most special ham that you can find. Find a really good quality ham and use that. So the other thing that I'm going to do for the sake of pairing is I'm going to pair it with or serve it with some cornichons, which are these tiny little pickles, and these are actually tart and sweet. They're not quite as tart as or sour as a dill pickle, but not quite as sweet as a sweet pickle. Little bit of both worlds going on there. All right, so my ingredients for the mornay sauce, I've got some, as I mentioned, Gruyere cheese, Parmesan cheese, got a little bit of nutmeg, some salt, black pepper, some butter, flour, and some whole milk. For the actual sandwich, as I mentioned, I've got some really nice rosemary ham here. I've got a loaf of brioche bread. If you can't find a whole loaf of brioche bread, find the highest quality thick sliced bread that you can find. Don't skimp on the bread. Don't skimp on any of it. Parmesan cheese, more Gruyere cheese, and some Dijon mustard. So for my mornay sauce, I'm going to start with butter. So I've got my butter in the pot. I'm going to go ahead and add my flour. I want to cook that flour for a minute or so. I want to cook some of the starchiness out of it, or at least the starchy flavor out of it. Kind of toast it a little bit. I'm gonna whisk in my whole milk. So we got some thickness on there. I'm season it with some salt and pepper. A little bit of nutmeg. I'm gonna turn the heat off and I'm gonna add my cheeses. Got my Parmesan cheese and my Gruyere cheese. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna put a lid on this. I wanna set this aside. Okay, so I'm gonna get my bread sliced up. This bread smells so sweet and delicious. I was bringing this home from the bakery, and I know that my car is gonna smell like fresh baked bread for at least a day, because this was hot. The sourdough baguette that I bought home was hot. So the next step in building my Croque Monsieur is toasting the bread. I've got this bread, thick sliced bread here, and I've got some soft butter, some room temperature butter. I'm gonna spread some butter on one side of my bread, and I've got this pan here that's already warm. Put my bread in there, butter side down. So I'm gonna flip my bread over. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in the pan. I'm gonna place my bread on this sheet pan here. And I'm gonna take my mornay sauce and I'm gonna spread some on 2 slices of my bread. I'm gonna take some of my Gruyere cheese, spread it on there. Some of my Parmesan cheese. And now I'm gonna place my ham on top of this cheese. And I wanna fold it up. All right, so to this side of the bread, I'm gonna add some Dijon mustard. I'm gonna put the mustard side down on top of the ham. Now on the very top of the bread, I'm gonna put some more of this mornay sauce. All the way to the edge. On top of this, I'm gonna add some more of my Gruyere cheese. And some more of my Parmesan cheese. All right, so I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees. I'm gonna stick these in the oven 5 to 7 minutes or so until the cheese is really nice and melty. Then I'm gonna crank it up to broil to get a nice brown on it. So let's talk a little bit about the wine that I've chosen to pair with my Croque Monsieur. I'm pairing it with the 2021 Lucia Sobranes Vineyard Pinot Noir. This is from the Pizzoni family. The Pizzoni family purchased land in California and started commercial farming in 1951, and Gary planted the first vineyard in 1982. The Sobranes Vineyard is a joint venture between the Pizzoni family and the Francione family. They also famously have a joint venture with the Gary's Vineyard. One of my favorite Pinot Noirs comes out of Gary's Vineyard. Let's see what's in the bottle. Wow, pretty dark for a Pinot Noir. Hardly translucent at all, pretty dark. It's got a dark ruby color to it. I mean, it's got a nice, vibrant, dark ruby color to it. Ooh. Immediately, vanilla pops right out of the glass. Baking spices. Like nutmeg, maybe a hint of cinnamon, but sort of more like a combination of things baking. Ooh, cherry. Ripe cherry. That cherry smell is reminiscent of like a cherry Jolly Rancher. You remember that, right? Oh, and as I swirl it, it just opens up. It just becomes more and more open. Wow, let's give it a taste. Wow, immediately really supple and luxurious and velvety on the palate. Just, really luscious, really is. Velvety again. Did I say velvety already? With a little bit of spice, like it's fruity. It's got a really like a cherry cola type thing, but it's got a spice. It's got on the back end, there's like a little pepper note, little black pepper. Yeah, like a cherry cola type thing going on. There's also some other berries, maybe some raspberry. A little bit of the sweetness of a raspberry. Pretty close to medium body. That lusciousness, yeah, it's pretty close to medium body. Really long finish. Oh, that is good. Let's see if it pairs. All right, so my Croque Monsieur is done. Ready to slice it up and taste. All right, so let's dig right in and see what we're working with. Again, this is a knife and fork sandwich, but you can eat it with your hands, but it's gonna be messy, like I said. Wow. Okay. We got a lot going on there. The ham is good. The ham, and for that ham to stand out alongside those two cheeses, delicious ham, the mornay sauce, along with the extra cheese. Let's see what the pickles taste like with this. True test is in the pairing. I knew that was going to be a good pairing. I'm just, looking at the ingredients in this thing. The rosemary and the ham, although slight, each little layer, all the way down to the rosemary and the ham, the cheeses, the Dijon mustard, the toasting and the char on the bread, all of those things individually pair with this wine, and those cornichons. I knew. And so as I was biting that and began to sip the wine, I thought to myself, if this is not a perfect pairing, I'm gonna be really, really disappointed. Let's try it again. I gotta double check though. One more time. Wow. That's a dream-like pairing. That is really, really good. That is fantastic. It just comes together and it becomes more savory. It brings out a really earthiness in the wine. It brings out some of that, what we call forest floor. I'm gonna break out the knife and fork. Just want to check something here. I want to confirm what I think I'm tasting. Oh man, yeah, it brings out the sweetness in the bread. It accentuates the sweetness in the bread. Oh, there's a lot going on. Really great pairing. It's the good thing about, well, one of the interesting things a lot of times about really good pairings is they evolve because the wine is evolving in the glass. And so the pairing, sometimes it evolves, but it's good through and through, definitely. All right, so this is the Croque Monsieur. If you wanted to make a Croque Madame, you could do the same thing with this. The only other thing that you would do is you would fry an egg. You want to fry an egg sunny side up or however you like your egg, but traditionally it's sunny side up. Place the egg on top and you got a Croque Madame. Thank you all for taking the time to watch my video today. For those of you that have already subscribed, thank you. For those of you that haven't, go ahead and take this opportunity to subscribe to my video if you don't mind. I regularly drop videos where I share my favorite recipes and I pair them with wine. And please share my channel with a friend. Share a recipe with a friend. I appreciate it. I'm Chef Glenn B, and as always, eat well.